Hello, beloved souls. Welcome to a commentary channel. My name is Gem Stone, actually, Gem with a J. Sorry, my voice is a bit croaky. And I need to push the fact that I'm an author of over 25 different types of books available from Amazon. Now, my video is very important. It's called Loneliness and Isolation. And today I want to talk about something that touches more lives than we often realize. Loneliness and isolation. For me, this isn't just an abstract concept, it's personal. I live it. And I know many of you out there live it too. I have no car. I'm stuck at home. I only have weekly NDIS support worker and I rely on my dog for company. I've been like this for 5 years. I'm a widow. I lost my husband way too young. He was only 38. I do have family, but they're busy with their lives. I'm lucky if I get one phone call a week. I do have a son in a similar situation. He has no license either. I do have a license, but I don't own a car. It's either the dog or the car. Cars are so expensive in Australia. And even if I could get out, I have my dog. She needs me. Dogs are like babies, very demanding. So I want to explore how loneliness and isolation affect our mental health, why they're so serious, and also how we can nurture our inner world when the outer world feels closed off. Part 1 is the weight of loneliness. Loneliness isn't just about being alone and isolated and stuck. It's about feeling unseen, unheard, disconnected from all that goes on. You feel as if the world is moving on and you're forgotten. There are studies that show loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It increases the risk of depression, anxiety, addiction, suicide, and even physical illness. Trauma and loneliness also feed each other. Trauma can push people into isolation, and isolation makes healing trauma much, much harder. Part 2 is the spiral. Isolation can spiral into mental illness and addiction. When you don't have anyone to talk to, the mind can become a very loud and painful place. Some people reach for alcohol, drugs, food, or even overworking as ways to escape that silence. It's more than silence, it's pain. You get to the stage where every day is hard. You wake up each morning and you say, oh no, not another day that I've got to try and get through. I hear you. I know what it feels like when each days blend into each other, when the phone doesn't ring, and when you wonder if anyone notices your existence, if you matter. I hear you. So, part 3 is living with it. So you have to rely on inner health and some ways of inner health is your passion. Immerse yourself in what matters to you. Maybe that's music, maybe that's drawing, maybe that's journaling, maybe that's for just every day, once a day, going for a walk. Sometimes just getting out into the world can help with loneliness and isolation. So, if you have a dog or a pet, spending time, quality time with your animal, and talking on the phone. Also, another way is join, perhaps if you can, a group online. Reach out to other people who feel the same way. I find meaning in creativity, in writing books and YouTube, but sometimes that's even harder when you don't know what to do. And perhaps I'm going to have to make a video, a part 2 video, to give you ideas, but let's keep this flowing. So when you can't practice in the outer world fully, you have to learn to tend the inner ones yourself, like a garden. That inner work is what keeps me alive and present. So part 4 is building inner health. So have a routine, keeping a structure to your day. How can you keep a structure to your day? Well, maybe that's when you wake up, have a plan what you're going to do for the day. Maybe, like I said, that is going for a walk. Maybe, like if you live in Queensland, bus rides are only 50 cents at the moment. What about just, I know it's hard, especially when you're depressed, to even get the mental stamina to get up and get out there. But maybe if you don't have a pet, what about, going for a bus trip? Or what about, like, sorry, hold on. Sorry about that. The other things, like I've already expressed, are creative outlets. Writing, art, singing, journaling. Another thing is, like I've already said, nature and pets. If you can't go for a walk, how about, and you can't have a pet, what about plants or even fish? Having a hobby helps. And spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, radical forgiveness, learning to connect to something bigger. Reading, try, sometimes self-help books do help, and reaching out even in small ways. Calling a friend, like I said, joining online groups, saying hello to a neighbour. It's not just about fixing loneliness completely, because we're in it for the long haul. There's no short fix. I can't wave a magic wand and my loneliness be fixed. But you have to make an effort. Maybe talking to a health professional as well. And maybe it might mean that you might have to go on medication. I'm no health professional, but maybe you've gotten so down and so low, you need to reach out for mental support. And sometimes it's about just finding one small candle in the dark. You have to acknowledge the reality. Loneliness and isolation are among the most painful things we can experience. They can lead to despair, but they can also be a doorway, an invitation to turn inward, to strengthen the soul, and to remember that even in the silence, we are not truly alone. If you're watching this and feeling lonely and isolated, please know you matter. Even if it feels like no one sees you, your life has value. Your presence ripples out more than you can imagine. Take care of your inner health. Nurture these small sparks of connection you can find. And remember, you are never as alone as you think. And please drop a comment. Are you alone? And what do you do to fill your day? Because it's about the small things. And like I said earlier, start with a plan. Maybe it's a goal. Today I am going to do something for me. And maybe that's even about, maybe it's shopping therapy. It could be anything that lifts your spirits. But please do not go down the avenue of substance abuse. I have been there and it's dangerous. And not only is it dangerous, you just spiral into worse mental health. And you think you can get out of it, but you can't. I'm lucky. I'm one of the very few that escaped that route. Drink is just as bad. Alcohol is just as bad. And if you have unfortunately gone down that rabbit hole, there are groups like SMART that will help you. SMART is online and it stands for Self Management and Recovery Therapy. Also, there are organisations, because I'm in Australia, there's organisations like I'm Blue, Red Dog, I think it or is another one. Just type in mental health or loneliness in Google and see what comes up. And it's about embracing what you like to do. And we will cover this in another video because I think that's important. Finding out what we like to do. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry about my voice. I think I'm losing it. So if that's the case, I won't be making videos for a few days because I'm struggling to talk. All right, remember, you do matter. This life matters and you have to cherish every moment. And I know it's hard because I'm with you, I hear you, and I see you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.